Hi, welcome to Natural Aesthetics. Before I start, I'd just like to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more natural bodybuilding content. If you enjoy this video or find it useful, then please give it a like. Feel free to comment in the comment section below, ask any question you've got about natural bodybuilding or diet. The more interaction, the better. Check out my Instagram as well, it's a new page, and that alongside YouTube. I really want to try and provide clarity and guidance for those seeking to build a better body without the use of drugs. Also to build a sense of community where natural trainees can come together and ask any questions you may have, and just champion natural bodybuilding because it's a great sport, and it's such a shame where we are at the moment in the industry, in my opinion. So this video will be about the protocol that I'll be using for the next 6 weeks, both in terms of diet and training and cardio. Just to reiterate, I'm a lifetime natural. This is my current physique post-COVID, so I've had a few weeks where I was unable to train properly using a few dumbbells at home. It's nowhere near as good as what you can do in a gym. So this is my kind of typical off-season body fat levels, I guess. Considering the amount of muscle mass that I have at the moment and the last few months of training, I think it's a little bit too high. I could do with losing some, hence why I'm going to be dieting for the next 6 weeks. And that will allow me to, once that period's gone, to push a little bit harder, to gain a bit more momentum and keep going for longer during the bulking phase without getting too fat. And obviously, becoming too fat has negative connotations, both physically and mentally. So over the weekend, I consumed some nice food, some healthy, some not so healthy. This is a Thai dish. Thai food features very heavily in my diet. It's good food, really healthy, really tasty. Pork does feature quite heavily, so you may need to alter the meat that you're using if you're following a low-fat diet. But for the most part, it's solid cuisine. Also got some Huel Black Edition, which has a slightly higher protein content than the regular Huel. It's a fairly good product. It's not too expensive considering the price per serving. You get a free shake and a free t-shirt as well. Honestly, I'm pretty much anti-supplement. A protein powder will be really the only thing that I'd recommend just to help get that protein content up a little bit on a daily basis. Huel has one of the lowest ingredients lists going. It's always a good sign. It's dairy-free. I don't consume any dairy since I had a scalp issue about 3 years ago now, which just pretty much ruined my life for that period of time. I had to use medication to heal the scalp. So it's just not worth it for me, so I stay clear. I did look into some beef protein, but I think for the most part it's a scam. They use long words to confuse the consumer, and you're not really getting high quality powdered beef steaks. It's probably all the garbage that you don't want. I'm sure there may be some good products out there, but they're going to come at a price. Huel seems like a reasonable product. So my macros are as follows: 2,200 calories, 220 grams of carbs, 61 grams of fat, 193 grams of protein. So quite a high protein intake, and that's where the Huel is going to come in handy, to keep that high whilst keeping fat and carbohydrates somewhat low. So the calories may seem fairly low because it's a 6-week diet. I have to create a larger deficit than usual because it's a shorter period of time. Now my training protocol, you can see on the left side, and my training from the first session of the week on the right-hand side. Training protocol is very, very simple. It's a push-pull routine. The first 2 sessions, 2 sets of 10. Second 2 sessions, 2 sets of 15, with more focus on what I would consider more isolation exercises. On the right side, you can see the number of sets per body part, with back, legs, and shoulders being the highest for the first 2 weeks. Now moving on to weeks 3 and 4, I increase the frequency of training, so I add a day, push, pull, push, and then on the following week it will be pull, push, pull, push, pull. And I lower the reps for the first 2 days down to 6, obviously increase the weight, and then the second push-pull session for 10 reps, and then the third will be the 15 rep set again. And then on weeks 5 to 6, I add another session, so I increase the frequency even further, and I do 6 days, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And again, 2 sessions rather of 6 reps, 2 sessions of 10 reps, 2 sessions of 15 reps. So that's the 6-week plan. You can see here in the right side what the sets per muscle group actually go up to. So by the end of week 6, I'll be doing near enough 20 sets at back, over 10 sets on most body parts with the exceptions of forearms, calves and traps. So essentially what I'm doing is increasing the volume per week. I'm increasing the work that I have to do, getting my body used to a higher capacity of work after this COVID. It's nowhere near the same kind of threshold that it was. So these 6 weeks will see to that. So my cardio will be very, very simple. It will be 3 sessions. 2 will be about half an hour. 1 will be boxing, 1 will be steady state cardio, cycling or walking. And the 3rd session will be some sprints, high intensity sprints, do about 10 minutes worth, not including the warm up and cool down. And then just really monitor body weight and see how it changes, and then add or decrease cardio as I see fit. So there's no real kind of set plan as how that's going to increase over the number of weeks. It's all dependent on how I look and the level of body fat that I've dropped. So that's pretty much it. That's what we're doing over the next 6 weeks. Feel free to join me on this journey and try it out yourselves. I'll be updating to YouTube and Instagram as much as I can, so stay tuned for that. Interact with both YouTube and Instagram as much as you possibly can, guys. It really helps out. And if you're interested in online training, just to help speed the process along a little bit, then email naturalasthetic@outlook.com for more info. Thank you. Stay strong.